Facebook ads or Google ads. Pick the wrong one for your business and you'll swear paid ads will never work. But if you pick the right one, you can create customers on demand and scale your way to $2, $3, $5, $10 million as a contractor or service-based business. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly which one your business actually needs. So number one, why this was never the lead quality fight everybody thinks it is. Number two, the one question that tells you which platform fits what you actually sell as a business. And number three, how much you actually need to spend before either one is going to work for your company. And number four, the thing that decides whether any of it pays off, no matter which one you pick. This isn't theory. It's the same breakdown I run with service-based businesses spending real money every single month. And by the end, you'll know exactly which one you need and why the smartest business owners don't pick just one channel. So number one, and this flips how you see the whole decision. Almost every business owner thinks Facebook versus Google is a fight over which one hands you better leads, and it's not. And the second that you understand what it's actually a fight over, the right choice gets a whole lot easier for your business. Now, here's what nobody tells you. Every paid lead is colder than a referral that comes into your business. Doesn't matter if it's Meta or Google, a referral is already going to trust you more. And a paid lead doesn't know you from the next person or the next business owner. The difference isn't that Google leads are better, right? It's just timing. Google catches someone in the exact moment that they've decided that they have a problem and went looking for a solution. That means they're higher intent, which means they're more likely to buy right now. Now, this doesn't mean they're warmer or more loyal to your business. You just caught them at the right second. Meta is the opposite. You're catching people before they're actually looking for their solution for their problem. That means they're scrolling on social media somewhere and they're not just searching for an actual solution, which means they're going to be lower intent in the moment, but you get to build trust first and recognition over time. So you're the name that they'll always know when the need hits for a solution. That's why I talk to contractors and other business owners who run Facebook leads and claim they're garbage. They ran a Meta ad expecting someone that was ready to buy today, which is a Google behavior, and judged it by the wrong yardstick. That lead wasn't junk. The expectation about the lead was wrong. So once you stop asking which one gives better leads and start asking which intent matches how people actually buy what I sell, the whole decision gets simple. And one quick thing about this, if paid leads are colder than referrals, then the warmest, cheapest leads that you'll ever get are already sitting in your customer list. I broke down how to pull an extra million out of the past customers with zero ad spend in another video, and I'll link it below. But for right now, let's stay on paid ads. So that's exactly why the right platform isn't the same for every business. It comes down to one thing most operators never think about. All right, this brings us into number two. This is the part that nobody makes simple for you, and that's the whole ball game when it comes to Facebook ads versus Google ads. There's one question that tells you which platform fits your business, and it has nothing to do with your budget or what some marketer prefers. Answer it honestly, and the decision basically makes itself. So first thing is, if you're an emergency or I can't wait company like an HVAC, a plumbing, electrical, garage door company, your customer doesn't scroll through Facebook when their AC dies in July. They grab their phone and they go searching. That's Google's game. Search ads and local service ads plus local SEO. Put your name in front in the exact second that they need your company or business, even if they've never heard your name. The Google Guaranteed badge does the trust building for you on the spot. So for that kind of work, dumping your budget into Meta is fighting the way people actually buy. Now, if you sell bigger planned jobs like roofing, fencing, flooring, remodeling, replacements, almost nobody wakes up and buys that day. They think about it for weeks, maybe even months. That's Meta's game now. You can run a video over time that builds your name and trust before they're ready to actually buy. So when they finally are, you're the company they already feel like they know because they've seen your content or they've seen your video ads. And you do it at a fraction of what those leads cost on Google. We had a fence client run Meta ads exactly the same way. Fencing is considered a large purchase, not really an emergency. They built awareness around the video. they followed up correctly, and they turned a small spend into a serious return. Now, Google could have worked too for them, but it would have cost them a lot more per lead to chase the same type of buyer. And I broke that exact campaign down dollar for dollar in another video, and I'll point you to it, or you can check in the comments below. So before you ask Facebook or Google, ask, is my work a right now need or a thought about purchase? The answer is going to tell you where your first dollar goes on paid ads. Now, real quick, if you're watching this and thinking, okay, I know which bucket I'm in, but I don't actually know how to run this without torching my budget. That's exactly what we do here at Presto Media. We figure out which platform fits your business, build a campaign for you, and run it so you're not gambling with your own money and learning on the fly. And if that's where you're at, book a call below. We'll map out the right paid strategy for your business. And let's get right back into the video. Now, because knowing which bucket that your business is in is one thing, funding it is another. And here's where most business owners quietly sabotage the platform that they just picked. All right, number 3, and this is the one most business owners skip right past. Once you know which platform fits, there's a second question that decides whether or not it's going to work at all for you. Can you actually fund it the right way? Because the same $1,000 does completely different things on 2 different platforms. Now, Google is an auction for the highest intent moments, and everybody wants them as a business owner. So clicks are going to be expensive. In the trades businesses, a single click runs several dollars, and one big ticket work, a lead can cost north of $200. That's not a ripoff. That's just what's catching a ready-to-buy customer cost, which means Google has a floor when it comes to spending. So if you show up with $500 a month, you're not testing Google. You're buying a handful of clicks and turning it off before you ever had the data to even know what to work with. So realistically, you need a couple of grand a month minimum for Google to do anything actual and real. Now, Meta runs a little cheaper per click and per lead because you're reaching people before the big rush. So the same budget buys a lot more reach and a lot more room to build over time. So $1,000 a month can actually move the needle on Meta, versus on Google, that same 1,000 can barely clear the table. This is why so many business owners tried Google and it never worked. They didn't give it a real budget. They funded it like Meta, starved it to death, and then walked away. So the platform was fine. The budget just never gave it the chance. So match the budget to the platform and not just the platform to the business. If you've got the budget to feed Google, immediate need work pays fast. If you're working with less and building towards bigger jobs, then Meta will stretch further and compounds over time. Pick the one you can actually fund to win and not just dabble in paid advertising. But here's the part that stings the most. You can pick the perfect platform, fund it perfectly, and still set money on fire, because none of this matters if you fumble what happens the second a lead comes in your business. Which brings us to number 4, the one thing that decides whether any of this stuff is going to pay off, no matter which platform you picked for your business. Because the platform doesn't close the lead, you do. This is the single thing that turns everything you just did into book jobs or burns your budget. And most business owners are losing deals they already paid for without even realizing it's happening. So speed is everything. A paid lead is cold, which means they filled out 3 other forms while they're at it. So whoever calls first usually wins. So if you call in 5 minutes, you're still going to be in the game. But if you call in 5 hours, you're usually calling someone who already booked with your competitor. Most business owners are running the lead through a salesperson, which is usually themselves, who's on a roof or under a house all day and gets into it that night or tomorrow. But that's when the money's gone. And it's not just speed, it's what you actually ask. So a lead form with no qualifying questions is going to hand you a bunch of tire kickers. A couple of right questions up front, like, are you the homeowner? What's your timeline? What's the scope of work? And you stop wasting time on people who are never going to buy. So this is the real reason why Facebook leads are considered garbage by most contractors or business owners. It's almost never the leads. It's a form they asked nothing and a follow-up that came hours too late. Same lead answered in 5 minutes with maybe 2 qualifying questions turns into an actual booked job. So before you blame Meta or Google, look at 30 minutes after the lead comes in. That's whether the platform pays off or it burns your marketing budget. Fix the intake form or how you answer the phone, and both platforms suddenly start working. Now, speed and qualifying questions are just the front door of a follow-up system. And I built the whole thing out for you step by step in another video. Check the comments below. I'll point to you in a second. So here's the real answer to the question you came with here. It was never Facebook versus Google. The business owners who actually win, they learn to run both. Now, Meta builds demand and the trust, so people know you before they even need your company or business. Now, Google captures the ones who need you right now and who are actually searching. One is going to help fill the pipeline in the future, the other books jobs this week. So, together, they're never waiting on the phone to ring. So, you actually decide how busy you are. And it doesn't have to be expensive. Start with one platform that fits your business and your budget, get it working, then layer in the second one once you've got cash flow from the first. That's how $3 to $5 to $10 million service-based business owners do it. Not better referrals, a demand system that they actually can control. And now you know how to start building yours. So if you're done guessing on paid advertising, done funding the wrong platform, done blaming leads and other marketing companies, and you want a paid strategy built around how people actually buy what you sell, book a call with us here at Presto Media. The link's below in the comments. We'll look at your business, your market, and your budget and build you a plan that turns paid ads into a demand system that you control. Links below. Book the call.